Hey folks, here. Welcome back to another Pokemon Masters video, and hey, we got like one good day of content, and then we're back to not so much going on in the game at the moment. So yeah, good opportunity for us to keep on going through the list of trainers and that aren't in the game yet, and what they could potentially get in the game, which is honestly one of my favorite videos to do personally. Anyways, today we're gonna go over the Villainous team bosses. Like, not all of them that I'm gonna go over are bosses. I mean, most of them are. I threw some other ones in there as well, which aren't like technically bosses, but they kind of like serve that role, like Colorist, right? But yeah, we're gonna go in there and go over what potential Pokemon they could have. So I'm gonna go over them like in two rounds. The first round, because the Villainous team bosses they're kind of special because they're generally linked with they're heavily linked with a story, which the story is usually heavily linked with a legendary Pokemon, right? So I'm gonna first go over them and go over what regular Pokemon they could have, and then we'll go over what potential legendary events they could come in with, right? So anyway, starting this off, let's go to the first one, Gen 1 / Gen 2 Giovanni. So there's already a Giovanni in the game, right? It's the Rainbow Rocket Giovanni with Mewtwo. So it's still possible, I think, that Giovanni could come back in the capacity of just regular Team Rocket, right? With his regular team, that's not legendary or Rainbow Rocket in that capacity, right? So in terms of what Giovanni could potentially have, I went over Giovanni's team in I think the gym leader video, right? But just going over it again real quick, as a Team Rocket boss, I would say Persian is actually a pretty good one, right? Because like no one else really used Persian ever. I mean, well, there's a Alolan Persian with Nanu, right? But yeah, it's something that he has in yellow, something that he has in I think Let's Go as well, right? Yep, in Let's Go as well. So that would be, I guess, a differentiating factor between Team Rocket boss version of Giovanni versus, I guess, Gym Leader Giovanni, right? But you could also still get stuff like Rhyhorn into Rhydon, Nidoking, Nidoqueen. I think those are all possibilities. So yeah, again, we've already went through Giovanni before, not too much to talk about. So let's move on to Aqua and Magma, starting with our boy Archie in Team Aqua, right? So Archie starting out, like, I do think it's very, very likely that he's gonna get Sharpedo, right? Unless someone else gets Sharpedo over him, Sigsu Grimsley, right? Or I guess like Sydney, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of Sharpedo users, let's be real, in this game, right? And like I said before, legendaries are possible for these team leaders. So maybe there could also be a possibility for like the Aqua admins, like Shelly or Matt. I think Matt's the other one, right? Some of the Aqua admins to get Sharpedo instead, right? But again, he does use Sharpedo. So I don't see him getting like Mariana, Muck, or Crobat over like Sharpedo, right? So yeah, that's a possibility. Could probably Wood Mega as well, right? So there's that. Moving on to his counterpart Maxie. And Maxie would be camera up, I guess. If Archie gets Sharpedo, pretty sure Maxie would get camera up, right? Also Mega camera up because it has his camera up in Mega. So there's that as well. As for camera up, I don't think there's as many other trainers that would actually take camera up instead. Yeah, there really aren't that many trainers that would take camera up instead. In comparison to Sharpedo, right? So I guess camera up's a pretty safe prediction for Maxie himself, right? So yeah, that's for Maxie. Like, honestly, a lot of these team bosses, like, there really isn't like much to choose from. Like, is he really gonna get like the generic grunt Pokemon like Crobat, Mariana, right? I don't think so. So moving on to Cyrus. Cyrus's team has some slight variability, right? Also, by the way, there's this like poll that's going on Pokemon Masters right now. I'm voting for like your favorite like villain team I think it's like which one you want to see the most appear in Masters or something like that. And yeah, you guys could go vote for that, right? Honestly, that poll is probably just a competition between like Cyrus, like Team Galactic and Plasma, just because like I know there's a lot of people like Aqua and Magma as well, right? But like they Aqua and Magma kind of split the votes, right? So that's like sort of unfortunate for them, right? And Plasma, I guess Flare as well, but I don't think Flare is as popular. So I think like the two big ones at the moment are just Plasma and Galactic, right? So guys could vote for that, I guess. It might influence when they release Cyrus or Ghetsis or whatever, right? So who knows? Who knows? Anyways, back on topic. Cyrus's team, at Spear Pillar, right? So a few options. I don't think he's gonna get Gyarados. Like, there's so many trainers that are competing for this Gyarados spot. I don't think Cyrus is gonna get it. I think Weavile's a pretty big one since Silver is getting Ho-Oh, right? That's already pretty much confirmed. So since Silver's not getting Sneasel, I think it's pretty safe to give Cyrus Weavile, right? Could Cyrus get Honchkrow as well? I guess that's also a possibility. If we want to check Platinum Cyrus, I think like the only extra one he gets is what, Houndoom, which is already in the game. Also Honchkrow, I think Sawyer had it, right, as well. Not that, I mean, they change Pokemon all the time, right? I don't think that's too much of a deciding factor. Crobat, again, I mean, first of all, Koga has it, and also too generic for like a team boss to have. So I think Weavile is a pretty safe choice for Cyrus here. Moving on, our boy N. If you're wondering what the heck, why is N here? I mean, technically he's like the king of Team Plasma, and also what other video would I put him in, right? So I just need to put these guys in a video so I could even or else I'm not gonna even talk about N. Like how would I even categorize him? So yeah, technically the king of Team Plasma. Is he a villain? He kind of was at first, but not really. But anyways, yeah, he's barely a villain. Like team. Okay, so for N's team, the dude has like a billion different teams. He uses Pokemon, depending on where he's at, right? He just picks up Pokemon around the area, battles them, and then releases them. That's N, right? So, could it be any of these guys? Maybe, but I do think his more iconic Pokemon is Zoroark. He gives us he doesn't give us a Zoroark. I mean there's just so many scenes with Zoroark, right? And Black 2 White 2, you do get from Rude, I think that dude's name was called, that in one of the seven boomers, right? Rude does give you N's Zora, so there's that. And also in the post game, well, not just post, around Victory Road, the old ruins, there's like a Zoroark guarding it and all that stuff. So yeah, Zoroark's a pretty safe guess for N, right? As for these are not, I mean, his weather or not weather season teams / weather teams. Yeah, like dude has a lot of Pokemon. Dude has a lot of freaking Pokemon. He likes Pokemon like him. He has a lot of them. So, but I do think Zoroark should be a pretty safe option over literally everyone else. So moving on to Colorist, color dude, no color dude. So yeah, he's not technically the boss of Team Plasma or Neo Team or whatever, right? But he's kind of like the head sort of figure of Team Plasma. He's a step above admin and one step below actual team leader. But anyways, let's go over the dude. So as for his Pokemon, I think it's pretty. I mean, maybe get Behem, maybe Magneton, Magnezone, but I do think he's probably gonna get Kling Klang. First of all, it's the highest level on his team. and it kind of fits him a lot, right? Also his ace, all that stuff, into the scientist, right? Not that Magneton or BM isn't sciencey. Well, I mean, BM's not so much. Like, it's literally a psychic. Psychic is kind of anti-science. So there's that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a Kling Klang. So there's that. Moving on. Ghetsis. Monsieur Ghetsis. Hydreigon, right? I mean, highest level on the team. It's the dude's ace. People remember that like the most, right? Pretty iconic for him, personally, as a Pokemon. So yeah, I'd say Hydreigon. I don't see any I mean, he does have a decent amount of Pokemon. Like maybe Electros. I don't see it being Cofagrigus, Bofalon, Seismitoad's already in the game. Maybe bit sharp. I don't know, a bit of a stretch, but yeah, it's probably gonna be Hydreigon. Let's be real. I don't see the need for much discussion for the other. Like, damn, these are really easy. Moving on. Oh, okay, this one's not easy. Lysander. Lysander is not easy. So Lysander, there's two I think are very good picks for him, right? Either Gyarados or Pyroar. Pyroar because the hair, let's be real, right? The hair thing, and it's kind of his it's not like his ace, but it's more so like his kind of like signature Pokemon. Like his strongest Pokemon is definitely a Gyarados, right? It has a Gyarados height, it Mega evolves, he has a Mega Gyarados, right? So that's strongest Pokemon. So I do see an argument for Mega Gyarados as well. So either Mega Gyarados or Pyroar, right? So I do think both of these are options. Moving on to what's the next Gen 7, right? Lusamine. I'm not gonna go over Team Skull because Team Skull's already in the game. Guzma and Plumeria, right? So like the other, I guess, Villainous team is, they're not like a team. The Aether Foundation thing, whatever. So it's kind of tough for her, honestly. If you look at her team, it's not gonna be Clefable. Lily already has that. Wallace has Milotic. Fantina has Mismagius, whatever, I don't even know. Lilligant, between Lilligant and Beware, I do think Beware is slightly more probable, just because, well, it's 6th gen. Not that, it has to be 6th gen, right? But it's 6th gen. All her Pokemon are like equal levels. It's really hard to say. Not 6th gen, 7th gen, right? We're on 7th gen. But yeah, I guess she could get either one of these are possibilities. Like Lily got Clefairy, so either one of these are possible, honestly. Oh, last one before we finish up Faba, which Faba, I mean, I do think for Faba it's gonna be Hypno. It's kind of like his thing, right? For like his first battle, that's literally his only Pokemon. In his second battle, it's his highest level Pokemon, right? Sort of, kind of, maybe. So yeah, there's that. In any of the rematches, he still has Hypno on this team. Obviously, Alolan Raichu's already taken. Alexander's taken. These two, I guess it's possible for Bruxish or Slowbro as well. I just see Hypno as the more probable one, for the reasons that I've just listed, right? So I guess there's that. Yeah, so that's basically all of them for their basic Pokemon, right? Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, very, very likely that these guys will get legendary Pokemons with legendary events. So, well, not all of them. So yeah, let's go over them. So first one, I think I accidentally closed Archie. Let's open up Archie again. Oh, there he is. There's Archie. So Archie's pretty obvious. I mean, all of them are pretty obvious, honestly, right? Kyogre. What else is it going to be? Latios? No, it's going to get Kyogre if he does come with a legendary event, right? That's very, very likely. Would it be like Rainbow Rocket version Archie? That would be super lame, though. I personally would prefer the Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire version, but anyways, that's just me, I guess. Yeah, Kyogre, Archie, Maxie with Groudon, right? Yeah, Maxie, Groudon, Archie, Kyogre, Cyrus. I I I guess Giratina as well. Could be an option. Obviously, Dialga and Palkia are both options. I personally do think Giratina is more likely, although like he technically never had Giratina. It's just that like if you're gonna like pick one, like can you really like do that though? Right. So again, both Dialga and Palkia are possible. I just think Giratina is just more likely. Right. Moving on to N. And by the way, if you do remember the Japanese leaks / Datamined whatever thing, right? It is rumored that N's coming with Reshiram, so there's that, right? Obviously you could still come with Zekrom, but you know, just according to the information that we have now, dude's coming with Reshiram. So there's that. Another easy one down. Colorist, maybe Kyurem, but I think Kyurem's gonna be given to Ghetsis. I mean, maybe he could get like a different form of Kyurem. Like he's not that closely as related to Kyurem as Ghetsis is, right? Ghetsis literally uses Kyurem to fight you. So would it be black Kyurem or white Kyurem? It's probably gonna depend on what N gets, right? So like if N gets Reshiram, he's probably gonna get white Kyurem then. But also it could just be like Kyurem, and then like you know you could use splicers, like, and if you have either one of those, and then you could just change forms, and it might just not stay out in one form, right? So there's that as well. Moving on to Lysander. Pretty obvious as well, right? Xerneas Yveltal fits him a bit more, right? Than Xerneas, so I guess there's that. For him, again, also very likely for a legendary event. Faba probably not gonna come with a legendary event. And Lusamine, it's gonna be I don't know, Regice. No, it's gonna be Nihilgo. Nihilgo, whatever. You know, I mean, she literally like became one with the Nihilgo thing, which is still kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, what else? There's no other option. Again, most of these team leaders, honestly, I thought was, you know, pretty easy to determine what they're gonna get. They generally don't have too much Pokemon to work with, right? And again, like I said before, they're deeply tied within the stories, which are deeply tied within the legendary events, which does give them a very, very high possibility to come in a legendary event in Pokemon Masters. So, anyways, that's me for this one. I hope you guys enjoy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy the video, subscribe to my channel for some more Pokemon Master content. I'll see you guys in the next one.